rivalry between brothers laid the foundation of a business empire. Adidas, the world-famous sports shoe manufacturing company, is owned by Adolph A. Dassler, derived from the name. Another famous shoe manufacturer, Puma, also belongs to the same family as the Dassler brothers company. This is a story about two dear brothers who eventually turned into business rivals. In the 1920s, the Bavarian town in Herzogenaurach was known as the paradise for shoe manufacturing companies. In those days, many textile mills were converted into shoe manufacturing shops. There were 112 shoemakers in the town of 3,500 people. One of them is 20-year-old Adolph A. Dassler. His father was a shoemaker, mother was a laundress. Due to poverty, he was unable to get an education and he learned the shoemaking trade from his father. At the time of World War I, economic deterioration occurred and people's livelihoods were paralyzed. Thus, the shoe manufacturing industry was struggling and Adolph concentrated on his mother's laundry business. Not having sufficient electricity to operate the laundry machines, he had to generate electricity using his vehicle. In those days, materials required for shoe manufacturing cost a lot of money to purchase. Due to the lack of facilities for that, Adolph started using the leftover materials that were brought in and recycled during World War I, from rubber of military uniform, socks, vehicle tires. He created several, such as manufactured bedroom slippers. Adolph A. Dassler, as a sportsman, had a dream to create a great sports shoe. Accordingly, he created a unique sports shoe by adding sharp metal parts to the sole. In 1924, Adolph sought the help of his brother, Rudolf Dassler, who was 2 years older than him. Rudolf Dassler was well-educated, respected in the family, and he had working experience in a Barcelona factory and leather company. In particular, he had the business expertise and the ability to attract customers. It was under these circumstances that the Dassler brothers, along with their father, founded the new shoe. They started a manufacturing company with 12 workers and manufactured 100 sports shoes per day. Beyond the hometown, Rudolf carried and promoted the shoes in Germany various sporting events. Dassler shoes were worn by many of the top athletes at the 1928 Olympics in Amsterdam. The famous Arthur Jonath participated in the 1932 Olympics in Los Angeles. The athlete ran in Dassler shoes and won many medals. It attracted a huge attention towards the Dassler brothers' sports shoe. Famous American runner Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals at the 1936 Berlin Olympics while wearing Dassler shoes. This was a huge breakthrough. The Dassler brothers' firm also received government support. It was during this time that the brothers Adolf and Rudolf both joined Hitler Nazi Party. After Hitler began his invasion of Poland, there were shortages of essential goods. In 1943, the Nazi forces were weakened in the eastern part of Germany. There was a situation where companies including Dassler were leaving. In 1945, the Nazi force was crushed by the American invasion. At first, the US forces wanted to destroy Adolph A.'s Dassler factory, but A.'s Dassler company was spared when Adolph's wife talked to the soldiers and made them understand that their sole purpose was to make shoes. But on the other hand, Rudolf was a supporter of the Nazi Party and was imprisoned for many years. This incident caused bitterness between the brothers and eventually turned them into enemies. Adolph A. Dassler created the name Adidas from his own name and began manufacturing sports shoes, this time using materials left over from World War II to grow his company. On the other hand, after being released from prison, Rudolf built a factory with a large number of employees and started a company called Puma, which started manufacturing shoes. The rivalry of the brothers was also reflected in the society. People were curious about who was wearing which shoes. Adidas and Puma shoes have become products that can be used by many people on a daily basis beyond the boundaries of sports. Over time, Nike and Reebok shoes dominated the market and Adidas craze took a plunge. In 1989, the company went bankrupt and was taken over by several French investors. Finally, Robert Louis took over Adidas and expanded its production in Asia. After 1990, Adidas started to enter the market again. Adidas acquired Reebok in 2005 and Irontastic in 2015. Adidas grew large enough to buy Irontastic, a technology-based company worth $240 million. The Dassler brothers, who together built a huge empire, lie today in opposite graves in Herzogenaurach.